About Maxine.
Well, Maxine was always, seemed like had a different turn about her. Uh, Maxine was uh, she was a peculiar turn in a way, and she got in love with a man that's right smart older than her, and we didn't much like it about him, but uh, one day while I was in town, he come to get her, go to Fulton and get married, and so my wife let him go on and get married. I always called her, her husband, my wife's son-in-law. Ever since then, because he didn't, he said he'd come to town. I was up here at town. He said he'd come after me to see me about it. And I passed along by him, but he said he didn't see me, and so I didn't get to talk to him anything about it till they was done married. So I always called him my wife's son-in-law.
What about Mae?
Well, Mae, she just didn't want to do what we said. She was most unruly about things that we didn't like for her to do. She always wanted to go off and get her a job somewhere. Her eyes was bad, and my wife, she kind of hold up for her, and I didn't want her to get off away from it. But she finally gave over and told me, said, let's let her go to Memphis and get her a job. There's another girl going. So she went to Memphis, and I told her, I said, now you'll be to blame if she gets in any trouble anyway. And just in a few days, we got a card from her, and it was postmarked at Zion, Illinois. And of course that bothered us pretty bad, but she finally got back home again, and she couldn't get out in the hot sunshine on account of her eyes. We let her help do the cooking, and we'd go to the field and raise crops, and she'd do the cooking for us, and washing dishes and things like that.
What about Royce?
Well, Royce was a kind of a funny boy in a way. We had some rabbits over there one time, and he'd play with that rabbit, catch it and hold it up, and we took a picture one day with it. And me and him went one day to get a load of wood just on the running gear part of the wagon. And I told him to sit still, and he was sitting on the front bolster of the wagon. And I throwed on the brakes going down a big hill, and it jumped off into a little hole where it's washed out, and he pitched off right in front of the wheel, and the wheel rolled up on him. And I was afraid he was hurt bad, and I got out and helped my brake pole in my hand and rolled the wheel on over him. Got him over, and he wasn't hurt a bit. But that learned him how to sit next time. He had a way of catching a hold of something unhold from then on.
And what about Tommy?
Well, Tommy never did give us much trouble no time in bringing him up. Of course, he done some things that just like a child would do then, but he never did do as many little tricks like some of the other children did. And, he was just about the pet at that time. He was a baby boy, and he finally, he turned out to, well, he growed up, got pretty good size, and we got a car, or he had us to get him one, and he learned how to drive it while he was mighty small. But he made a good driver, and we finally all decided to go up to Zion and get us a job, and he went with us up there and carried us in the car, and we lived up there for about 8 years, and he finished school at Zion, and finally he fell in love with a woman, and the Lord called him to work for him, and he decided he just didn't know whether he wanted to marry her or not till he found out what the Lord wanted him to do. And so we got a little disappointed there. He put off the wedding a while, and finally, though, they got married, and he finally joined the church and made a preacher, and now he's preaching in Chicago, and seemed like he got a pretty good church up there. He don't get to come home very much. We don't like that too well. I'd like for him to come home once in a while, but he's too busy. It's a busy place there where this church is. They always somebody calling on him to come and help do something, and he don't get to come home much.